The global CEO of Isobar, Jean Lin, is counted among the few women CEOs in the advertising and digital realm to watch out for. She's not only one of the pioneers of the digital renaissance, but also believes in constantly adapting to the changing times and needs of clients. I got a chance to catch up with her recently and talk about this dynamic industry and the ideal way to keep up with this ever-changing space. Jean, you've been in this digital space for a long time. Tell us about what is your take on how it has evolved over the years.
I think the fundamental thing of digital, in my mind, has never changed, because when you don't look at digital just as a communication channel, you look at it as a tool. You look at it as a way to empower the future possibilities for any brands. I think it has never changed from day one. What has changed is the way consumers embrace and evolve with digital channel. And that's the interesting part, and that's why I think everybody, digital and creative agency included, are all learning every day in how can we create the best possible creative solution using digital.
Because you're one of the pioneers in this industry, what do you think the word digital has come to mean to different people across different geographies?
Today, it feels that it has reached the tipping point. So it's no longer, in the past it's more digital means digital advertising or digital communications or digital web campaigns. Actually today, many people have a very open mind regarding how can you use digital to transform businesses and brands. And I think that's the wave that we're riding on, and that's a competition that we're facing more and more today from Isobar perspective. It is with consultancies rather than traditional ad agencies.
Isobar recently had a merger with Dentsu IX in January, I believe, this year, in order to provide a full service experience to the clients. So do you are you looking at more such mergers in time to come, especially in the Indian subcontinent?
So we have Isobar Japan in Tokyo, but we also have found Dentsu IX, which is providing similar services. When we combine the two together, we feel that it creates more scale for the Japanese market. That's the reason why for Dentsu IX and Isobar to merge to form Dentsu Isobar. But there's no plan right now in other markets to do that, because in market we either have quite strong Isobar presence already, or we have a full service Dentsu creative proposition already. And that actually, we believe, meets the need of different clients.
Tell me something, how has Isobar India been performing?
We started quite small in India. We have 35 people only 2 years ago, and today we have already exceeded over 200. The pace of growth and the way that actually Isobar India is embracing the Indian market actually is a good testament of our strategy of brand commerce, also product and service design, how they marry together and help brands in a more substantial way. So in Asia Pacific, obviously China is our largest market, followed by Australia. I think India has tremendous potential to become the next China for Asia Pacific.
Right. And talking about China, at a convention last year in China, you said that e-commerce is the gateway into any brand for a consumer. So since India is also so big on e-commerce, how do you think e-commerce can more effectively use digital going forward?
Even when e-commerce grows tremendously in China, it doesn't actually replace the traditional retail experience. It's always an online blended with online or offline commerce experience. So that's very important to note, that the experience that the consumer are looking for are holistic rather than segmented. So we don't really, e-commerce is a good entry point for brands, but it doesn't mean that it will be standing alone aside all the other experiences in the retail space. I think for India, what I believe is with the rise of e-commerce and also with actually the potential of mobile and the opening up of 4G and all those possible initiatives that's just coming up, it's going to change the structure of e-commerce and its influence in the Indian market, just like when mobile accelerated China's e-commerce market. So I'm really much looking forward to it.
Right, and as a front bearer of the digital space, would you say that companies which do not have any digital presence have no future? And for a country like India, how much time will it take to actually adapt to this new culture?
I do feel that with the diversity of India, it provides very good opportunity for the digital culture to thrive, because there are different needs in different regions, in different sub-market and subculture on how digital can support them, informing that evolution.
Where do you see the ongoing digital, as you said, cultural is evolved? Where do you see this renaissance going?
I think that everything comes from the desire to design for people, not design for a device. I think that's one of the key factors when you think of digital you have to remember. The other thing, obviously, is how it actually becomes cross screens, and how you tell story across screens, and how you ensure that data is a part that's not adding to difficulty for consumer, but adding convenience for consumer. I think that those will be the key factors in how people adopt digital in a different way.
And lastly, the one question which is of great concern to everybody is that there's so much potential in the digital space. We all talk about it, but the spends in it are very marginal. Why do you think that is?
I think it will take time. And the time is not as if it's a 20% growth every year. I think if you look at market like China, if you look at market like UK, once they reach a tipping point where consumer conversion to digital has become dominant, the increase of digital and how that overtake TV in the example of UK, it just happened over 12 months time. So I think that will be the pattern that happen. It's really depending on how people of India embrace digital technology and all the different forms of digital communication. And that will be the determining factor for how quickly India adopt and jump past the tipping point.
And in your opinion, how long will it take Indian clients to be willing to spend on the medium?
This is a $1 million question, but I feel that the future is coming very soon.
Right. That would be all. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Before we wrap up, let's check out the week's campaign releases.
Cut! वीर यार थोड़ा और सेक्सी चाहिए.
Okay.
He Deodorant from the House of Imami has released a campaign that shows the real he inside him who holds women in high esteem. Conceived and developed by Orchard Advertising of the Leo Burnett Group, the new Respect campaign features Veer Das and has been designed around the central thought, real men respect women.
Respect. He respect. For real men who respect women.
I do it in the morning right before I go to work.
Be Blunt has launched an exciting yet cheeky campaign, #DirtyLittleSecret, to promote the dry shampoo. A song was specially created featuring Aduna Bhabani, who is joined by 15 of India's most followed beauty, fashion and lifestyle bloggers. The video is directed by Sean Kola and Zaryan Patel of Major Laser's Lean On fame. The video highlights the usage of dry shampoo, where the bloggers along with Aduna emphasize on how to use it in 3 easy dance steps. Shake, spray and rub it on for 2. Keep your dirty little secret with dry shampoo.
Just buy the dry shampoo.
Oppo Mobiles has released a new TVC for its F1 Plus special that features FC Barcelona players. Conceptualized by Black Sheep Studio, a unit of BBH London, the commercial aims to inform the consumers about the amazing selfies they can take from the selfie expert Oppo F1 Plus.
Selfie expert Oppo F1 and F1 Plus.
Nihar Naturals Shanti Amla has launched its latest campaign, Dikho Khoobsurat, Karo Khoobsurat, in tandem with its long-term commitment to furthering children's education in the country. Featuring Vidya Balan, the TVC has been created by BBH India.
लोग तो नजर उतारेंगे ही जब मेरा निहार शांति आमला ना सिर्फ मुझे दे खूबसूरत बाल बल्कि इसके लाभ का 5% जाए इनकी शिक्षा की.
Wrong recently launched its Be Your Own Hero advertising campaign with Virat Kohli as the chief brand evangelist. Crafted by Fisheye Creative Solutions, the campaign is a bold and irreverent take on the symbolism of idol worship. That's all we have on Grandstand this week. I hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we did bringing it to you. If you have any feedback or suggestions, send us a mail at brandstand@zeemedia.slgroup.com or reach us via Twitter. Don't forget to tune in next week for our next edition of our monthly series of Grandstand Conversations. It's a wrap from our end. Take care.